Welcome back to NBA Cinema. So we got Stephen A. Smith responding to LeBron's business partner Maverick Carter, who's advising a $5 billion effort to launch a new international basketball league to rival the NBA. And it's noted that LeBron has nothing to do with this venture. Now, one of the things that Stephen A. Smith is going to talk about, which I kind of want to speak about a little bit. I don't know why the camp feels the need to tell us, like when LeBron's business partners make a move, or Rich Paul makes a move, or Maverick Carter makes a move, that LeBron is not involved. We know that LeBron is running that ship. So Clutch Sports, you can say it's Rich Paul as much as you would like, but we know that's LeBron's. Um, and so we know if Maverick Carter is going to do anything to rival the NBA, LeBron okayed this. So, and I'm not even taking a shot at him. I just want them to know that we the people aren't dumb. Like we know what's happening, and do you, if you can do that, do it. But don't try to come out and say you ain't had nothing to do with it. That's my only thing. But we're gonna get into what Stephen A said. Let's peek.
LeBron James recognizes he won't ultimately become an owner of an NBA franchise, or he wants the NBA to think about what he can do if they don't acquiesce and ultimately let him become the owner of an NBA franchise down the line. Now, if he talked about it before the in-season tournament for the Lakers won the in-season tournament last year. He would love to become the owner of an NBA team. He would love to bring a team to Las Vegas and be a part owner for that. That's going to cost you about $7 billion to have. I mean, for an NBA team in Las Vegas, the price is going to be about $7 billion. Having said that, Wendy, he needs additional investors and all of that stuff. We all know that LeBron James can come up with the money. He can come up with investors. Plenty of investors that would love to connect with LeBron James, especially to own an NBA franchise. But they still have to let you in. In order to let you in, they got to take a bunch of things into consideration. Has he been the marquee? Sure. Has he answered the call as the marquee? Fine. He's got 4 championships, 4 league MVPs. Has never cheated the game with his effort, his conditioning, et cetera, et cetera. But when you look at today's NBA culture, when you look at some of the hits NBA players take, particularly as we approach All-Star Week in the slam dunk contest that LeBron James never participated in, the flagrant, lackadaisical effort they put forth during All-Star Weekend, LeBron James, way before all of that, deciding to take his talents to South Beach from Cleveland, and Dan Gilbert, the owner for the Cavaliers, had to find out watching the news, just like everybody else, or watching him with Jim Gray, just like everybody else. Those kind of things are the kind of, along with that player empowerment movement that LeBron has instigated, which people like myself clearly applaud him for. Those kind of things, the flagrant manner in which he has done it, that has served to turn owners off, which you know all too well, Wendy. How good or how much does that serve to ingratiate him with them in terms of their support with him coming in as an owner? Everybody wanted that for Michael Jordan because of what Michael Jordan did for the league. Even though people like myself, you, and others appreciate what LeBron has done in terms of his part, he's been a beneficiary of the sacrifices that the Magic Johnsons, the Larry Birds, the Michael Jordan, and others have made. And there are some who believe there is an absence of appreciation on his part in that regard, which is why they would probably get in the way of him having an ownership stake, which would explain a story like this.
So I actually like the idea of them exploring another league. It should never get to where something monopolizes. And so if they're going to come up with a good league, or a great league, I'm not opposed to that if you have the resources to do it. I'm just opposed to you pretending as if LeBron knows nothing and this is just out the blue that they're doing this, and his business partner is doing this independent of LeBron James, because they have to always consider LeBron's brand when doing any business. So it doesn't make any sense that he wouldn't know nothing about it. But I do understand, like Stephen A is saying, he's using this tactic for them to allow him to get that Vegas team. Um, I mean, whatever, right? I don't feel I'm indifferent towards if he's using that for that reason or not. It's business, and they do shrewd business. So if LeBron want to do something like this to send a message inadvertently while still playing in your league, I think, hey, he did what he did, and Adam Silver has allowed this type of stuff. But Stephen A. does point out a great point, right? He says that they have to want him in. You look at Dan Gilbert and LeBron's relationship. That's one vote against LeBron right away. Even though he came back and brought Dan a championship, and Dan needed to sit down and shut up somewhere because he didn't even have to come back and do that for you. I know he still got some sort of animus to LeBron, because LeBron made it more about coming back and doing it for those fans than him himself, So um, he don't like him. And another thing that I know they don't like, and I've heard from people inside the NBA, that just the way Clutch Sports has come in, um, it's a lot of agents that represent a lot of different clients and um, coaches and different things like that. They do not like Clutch Sports. It's like Clutch against everybody in a lot of ways. People don't like the look of an active player, and you can say Rich Paul all you want to, but they don't like the look of an active player signing players. And you see how Draymond fawns over LeBron. People don't like that. Like he signed, I believe, was it Trey Young was on Clutch, Fox is on Clutch now. Then you see Mike Brown get fired. And you think about the history between him and LeBron. They try to connect that, even if LeBron really didn't have nothing to do with that situation. Um, it always points back to LeBron James. And so when a player signed with Clutch, I always feel like the competitive balance of the game is in question because, and it's not like an agency representing two players and they're under the same agency. That's not the same as an active player kind of, we're saying Rich Paul is the boss, but we know LeBron is their real boss. You can't say anything or do anything against LeBron and still be represented by Clutch properly. So let's just get that out the way. Um, and so when I look at it, it makes the game not interesting. That part right there, because I don't feel like you're gonna compete if he your boss. You know what I'm saying? Not like you should. And so, um, yeah, man. Again, I'm indifferent on LeBron doing this. I don't care one way or the other. This is Adam Silver's NBA, in my opinion. And if they let him get the team, or they let him and his ownership group in, and they are able to get the Vegas team, then you know he wins. It was smart. But if he don't, they can start that other league, and we'll see how many players, what they'll be able to offer, what his investment group looks like. He need to get some of those dudes that was starting live golf on his side. You can get some of those people from over there in Dubai and those places, those oil tycoons over there to invest with him. Then man, I don't know, man. Maybe his league can be something. In my opinion. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. To next time.